Good morning students, welcome to Ashok Ragate classes. Today we are going to discuss about what is octet rule and how the ionic bond will form. First of all, octet rule. What is octet rule? Octet rule is nothing but having 8 electrons in the outermost shell of an atom. Generally we know about this is an atom and these are the inner shells. The last shell is called as a outermost shell. Outermost shell. What I am saying, octet rule says about having 8 electrons in the outermost shell. 8 electrons in the outermost shell. Okay, so if that having 8 electrons, what they will get? They will get stability. The atom which is having 8 electrons in the outermost shell. 8 electrons in the outermost shell. That atom get stability. That atom get a stability. Okay, so if you observe our periodic table, okay. So, let us assume this is our periodic table, this is our periodic table, okay, periodic table. So, here one group is there, this is called as a 8th group or 8th A group, 8th A group, 8th A group. This is also called as a 0th group, 0th group, or also called as a inert gases group, inert gases group. Okay, what is the speciality of this group? This group, 8th group, having 8 electrons in the outermost shell, 8 electrons in the outermost shell. Now only I said that any atom having 8 electrons means it will get stability. What is the meaning of stability? Means there is no need to react with any other atoms, any other atom. Means they won't participate in any bonding or any combining with other atoms. Okay, so all the elements which are not having these 8 electrons, okay, try to acquire the 8 electrons in the outermost shell to get the stability. With the stability, they won't they don't need to participate in any chemical changes or any chemical combinations or chemical bonding. Okay, so all the elements try to acquire the 8 electron configurations, just like here 8th group elements, helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon. These are called as inert gases. Means these elements having 8 electrons in their outermost shell, means they are following the octet rule, they are fulfilled with the octet rule. Okay, all the elements which are not having 8 electrons in their outermost shell, they try to acquire the configuration of any one of these elements, any one of these elements. Okay, first of all see here neon, argon, krypton, xenon, these are all having 8 electrons except helium, Let us take the example of inert gas helium. Okay, helium atomic number Z is equal to 2. Atomic number Z is equal to 2. If you write the electronic configuration 1s2, assume that this is that, okay, it is having only one shell in its atom, okay, and how many are there? 2 electrons are there in that shell. So, this shell is the inner shell and outer shell for this. This shell is the inner shell and outermost shell for this atom. Okay, what I said, inert gases having 8 electrons in the outermost shell, but here how many electrons are there? Only 2 electrons are there. How it is kept in the 8th group or inert gases group? The reason is the capacity of a first shell, the first shell capacity is 2, but 2. Here the helium filled the maximum capacity of the first shell. Means what is the capacity? 2 electrons capacity, and that 2 electrons are already filled. So that's why helium is gaining the stability. Here it is gaining stability, even though it is not having 8 electrons in the outermost shell. Okay, because of maximum filling of maximum capacity of the shell, the helium is getting stability. Okay, only one element which is not possessing 8 electrons configuration or octet configuration and placed in the inert group is helium. Understood why helium is placed in 8th group? it is filled to its maximum capacity of the shell, that is why it is getting the stability. Okay, this is octet rule. Okay, now come to know why the other elements are trying to get this 8 electrons configurations. See here, the elements which are not having 8 electrons in the outermost shell, they try to get the stability, they try to get this 8 electrons in their outermost shell. Okay, so that is why they undergo some chemical bonding. Okay, here some elements having excess number of electrons, some elements having less number of electrons. Let us assume observe the how many electrons are there in their outermost shell, that may be metals, non-metals or metalloids. Let us see the periodic table here. So, up to here these are all metals, these are non-metals, these are called as metalloids. The staircase pattern where it is touching the elements are called as metalloids. Okay, see here metals are very far from 8 electrons, they are having less number of electrons in the outermost shell. Okay, in the same way non-metals are very closer to the 8 electron number, So, ionic bond. Take the examples of metals. Let us take first group, second group and third group. First group element sodium, second group element magnesium and third group element aluminum. Try to observe how many electrons are there in the outermost shell. If you write the electronic configuration for this, the atomic number is 11 for sodium, configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s1, and for this 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2. For aluminum the number is 13, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2 and 3p1. Now, so observe which is outermost shell for these elements. So, for sodium, third shell is the outermost shell, it is having only one electron, in the outermost shell. Here in magnesium case it is having 2 electrons, and aluminum case it is having 3 electrons. Means to get 8 electrons, for these elements, how many more electrons are needed? This needs 7, this needs 6, this need 5, then only it becomes equal to 8. Okay, so here these metals, the metallic atoms or metallic elements, okay, very far from the 8 electrons. So if they are assuming these electrons are not there, or they are losing their excess electrons, okay. So let us assume sodium having one excess electron, if it is not there means the inner shell becomes the outermost shell and it is already filled with 8 electrons. Observe here 2 plus 6, 8 electrons. If it is not there, the second shell becomes the outermost shell, and it is automatically absorb the stability by getting the neons configuration, That's why sodium always try to lose this 1 electron, magnesium always try to lose these 2 electrons and assuming this is the outermost shell, okay, and in the same way aluminum is also lose this excess electrons. So from this discussion what I am concluding here is metals always try to lose their excess electrons to get the octet. So to get the octet means they automatically gains stability. So metals are always try to lose their electrons. Sodium having one excess electron, so that means it is losing one electron and becoming Na plus ion. Na plus ion means cation. Okay, in the same way magnesium try to lose its 2 electrons. Okay, aluminum try to lose 3 electrons. 3 electrons, means metals are electropositive elements. How they are getting stability here? By losing their electrons. Okay, metals are always try to lose their electrons to get octet. In this way they are getting stability. So this is about how the metals are becoming cations. Positive ions are called as cations. So metals always becomes what? Cations to get the stability. Okay, let us observe how the non-metals are getting stability with the octet. Non-metals. Non-metals which are residing right side of the periodic table. Okay, so see here, let us take the fifth group, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine. Phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine. Phosphorus number is 15, sulfur 16, chlorine 17. Okay, write the electronic configuration: 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2 and 3p3. So this is outermost shell and it is having how many electrons? 5 electrons are there. If it is need 3 electrons, it becomes 8, means already it is nearer to 8. Now come to this side, sulfur 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p4, means how many electrons are there? Outermost shell 6 are there. If it is getting only 2 electrons, means it becomes 8. So 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p5. So how many are there? 7. 7 plus 1, it becomes 8. Okay, so non-metals are very nearer to the 8 electrons configurations. So they never try to lose their electrons. They never try to lose their electrons. They always try to get the electrons from the other atoms. From the other atoms means the metals are losing their electrons now, so that lost electrons will be gained by these non-metals and they will become anions. Anions means whenever electron is gained by the atom, it becomes negative charged ion. That is called as anion. How they are see here. Phosphorus is if it is having 3 electrons means okay, so 3 electrons if it is added with 3 electrons means p minus sulfur with 2 electrons, it becomes S2 minus, and chlorine with 1 electron, it becomes chlorine minus. So these are all anions. Anions are negative ions. Okay, in this way they are getting 8 electrons configuration by gaining electrons. Okay, by gaining electrons. Okay, now let us study about how the ionic compound of sodium chloride will form. Formation of NaCl. Okay, first of all let us see how a cation is forming. So formation of cation. Here in this case, what is cation? Cation is Na plus. How Na plus is forming? Sodium atomic number Z is equal to 11. Write the electronic configuration for this: 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, up to here neon completed. So we can indicate with this is neon configuration. Okay, and a 3s1. So this is the excess. This is the excess electron. If it is not there, means sodium will get the stability of a neon. Neon is a inert gas which is having 8 electrons in its outermost shell. So that's why sodium always try to lose this electron. So let us see how it is losing. Na is losing its 1 electron and becoming Na plus. Okay, so this is cation. Na plus is formed. Cation is formed. Okay, this is a cation. Okay, cation already formed. Okay, come to formation of anion. Anion which is that chlorine minus. Okay, chlorine atomic number Z is equal to 17, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2 and 3p5. Okay, here how many are there? 7 already there. Okay, it is having 7 in outermost. If it is added with 1 means, so whatever the electron is emitted or released by the sodium atom, that will be gained by chlorine. So that means chlorine is absorbed by any one electron, it becomes chlorine minus. Chlorine minus. So chlorine minus are having 8 electrons and getting stability. 8 electrons and getting stability. What is this? This is anion. Anion. Okay. So cation was formed and anion was also formed. So now how the final compound is here. So whenever cation is positively charged, anion is negatively charged. These two are opposite electric charges. So these two, whenever these two come together means they undergo some attractive force. That force is called as a electrostatic force. So because of electrostatic force, they get attracted and get bonded. So whenever the opposite ions undergo some attraction force, they will form one bond. That bond is called as a ionic bond. Ionic bond is also called as a electrovalent bond or electrostatic bond. So see here, Na plus ion plus Cl minus ion, they will forms NaCl. NaCl. Okay. So this is a ionic compound. Okay. So in this way the sodium chloride will form. Okay. Let us take one more example of ionic compound, magnesium chloride. Formation of magnesium chloride, MgCl2. First of all, what we have to see, cation, how the formation of cation. Formation of cation. Formation of cation, which cation it is? Mg2 plus. So Mg atomic number, Z is equal to 12. Write the electronic configuration, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2. So this is outermost shell and it is trying to lose its outermost electron, 2 electrons, and assuming it is assuming that the second shell will be the outermost shell. Okay, that's why it try to get rid of these 2 electrons. Okay, so it try to get the neons configuration itself. It try to absorb the neons electronic configuration, which is 8 electrons. Okay, so Mg are trying to lose its 2 electrons and becoming Mg2 plus. So means this is cation. Okay, cation is formed. Next, formation of anion. Formation of anion. Anion, which anion it is? Chlorine only. Chlorine. See here, chlorine number Z is equal to 17, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2 and 3p5. So 7 electrons are there. If it is need 1 electron, it will get a stability. That's why it is try to get a 1 electron. See here, chlorine can chlorine need only 1 electron. Chlorine need only 1 electron. With that it becomes Cl minus. But here magnesium is releasing 2 electrons. From these 2 electrons, one is gaining 1 chlorine atom, means in the same way 1 more chlorine is needed to get the 1 more electron. So that means 2 chlorine atoms are gaining 2 electrons from 1 magnesium, one magnesium atom, okay, and becoming 2 chlorine anions. 2 chlorine anions. Okay. Now how the anion and cation is forming? See here, getting Mg2 plus 2 Cl minus giving rise to MgCl2. Okay, how to write the ionic compound formula? First of all, always remember you have to write the cation first. You have to write the cation first, then after anion. So which is cation here? Mg2 plus is cation. Then after write the chlorine minus. Okay, so this is anion. So next, exchange the powers. Okay, this power will come to this here and this power will go to here. Okay, let us draw like this. So this will go to here. So here power is 1. So means Mg will get a 1 here, and chlorine will get a 2 here. Okay, so if it is 1, there is no need to represent, simply you can write MgCl2. In this way you have to write the chemical formula for ionic compounds. Always write the cation first, then anion next, and exchange the powers, and finally give the final chemical formula. So this is MgCl2. Okay, so let us take one more example of ionic compound Na2O. Formation of Na2O. Okay, just like in a previous example, so we write the anion cation. So in the same way, write here, which is a formation of cation, which is Na plus. Okay, Na number is NaZ is equal to 11, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6 and 3s1. It is a metal. Metal always try to lose its outermost electrons. Here it has only one electron. That one electron will go out. So that means here Na losing its one electron is losing, means it becomes one positive charge. Two electrons are losing, means it becomes a two positive charge. So means here it is a cation. Okay, how many electrons are losing? That many positive charges will come on that ion. Okay, see here, next come to oxygen. Oxygen Z is equal to 8. So 1s2, 2s2, 2p4, 2p4. Here how many are there? It is 6 electrons are there. 6 electrons are there, means if it is need 2 electrons, it becomes 8 electrons. Okay, so it is a sixth group element, and it needs 2 electrons should be added, then only it will get 8 electrons. Okay, so it needs 2, means oxygen can gain 2 electrons, Here how many electrons are releasing here? Only 1 electrons. Okay, to fulfill the oxygen requirement, if the two sodium atoms are there, means they can release 2 electrons, and forms 2 sodium ions. So that's why oxygen is adding with 2 electrons. The important thing is here it need 2 electrons. How these 2 electrons are coming? The 2 electrons are coming from the sodium atoms, 2 sodium atoms, which are releasing one electron, and that will be added with oxygen and becoming and making oxygen as a anion, O2 minus, which is a anion, Okay, so now write the final equation for this. Na plus O2 minus, Na plus here how many 2 sodium ions are forming Na2O. So how this is coming, let us see. Na plus O2 minus. Okay, so Na plus ion, so now for write the Na and O separately, exchange the power to here. So that means here it is 2 coming, here 1 is there, that is going to here. So finally it is becoming Na2O. Okay students, I hope you understood well how the ionic bond is forming with cations and anions. Okay, that's all for this video. Thank you for watching. Thank you.